Hello. As we like to do every week, we like to take a look at the past week's market activity and then, of course, bounce around the market and look for something to trade. Well, if you've been following along over the last few months, you can see we've kind of been on this kind of wild ride. But especially Friday, we had this big dip on Friday, which meant right here, volatility is starting to spike up a bit. Now, this is the SPY, the S&P 500. This is where we always start our search. And if we go to the NASDAQ, it's going to look pretty much the same. A little bit lower than the S&P 500, which is kind of near its all-time highs. This one has actually been going down a few days in a row with a big dip here on Friday. Again, volatility spiking. And finally, the Russell. This one looks almost nothing like the other ones. It's still at all-time highs. Even with the big down day on Friday, it's still at all-time highs. And because of that, volatility is extremely low. So if we look at all the volatility for all these three, we're going to focus on that. S&P 500, 6%. NASDAQ, 12%. Makes sense, right? It's below the other ones. It's been taking a bit more of a hit. And the Russell, which is still strong, 2%. So if I'm going to make a trade in one of these, I'm always going to go to the high volatility one. And at this point in time, it's the NASDAQ. So here we are. Volatility is at 11, which is 4 to 5 times as high as the other two. I love trading indices because they're usually a lot less volatile, or they can be a lot less volatile than an individual stock. So when the market starts to kind of peter out a bit, like this kind of thing, and volatility starts to kind of bounce up, I always look to get into the indices. And in this particular example, the QQQ, or the tech industry, the NASDAQ, is where I'm going to go. So if we go to a trade page, I'm going right here to 47 because tomorrow that'll be 46 and 45 is our perfect number. So this is perfect. I've saved us the trouble of looking at all the different strikes because there are a lot. You can see just for ease of math, we're going to say this is around 614, right? So roughly, I'm going roughly $35 up on the call side, roughly $35 down on the put side. I'm creating a $2 wide iron condor. And as long as I collect 66 cents or more on this trade, that is a valid trade. Now it's hard to tell now because volatility has just spiked, so things have kind of changed a bit. But in the future, just as a fun thing to look at for yourself, I want you to notice how volatility plays a part in these trades. And I can't really look at it now because it's already happened. But what I want you to notice is volatility has spiked, and because of that, we're almost $35 away on both sides of this trade. And that's what happens. What happens when volatility spikes, these numbers can get further away. So if volatility was, let's say, 2% like it was in the SPY, we might be $25 away on either side instead of $35 roughly away. That's how volatility affects our trading. And that's why when volatility gets high, we like to sell things because we can go further away and collect about the same amount of credit. That's how volatility helps us as volatility-based traders. So again, can't show you now because it's already happened, but keep an eye on this. And let's say, look, if things mellow out in a few days and volatility kind of goes back to 2, look at the same trade on your own platform or out there and see where these strikes would be. Again, we're almost $35 away on both sides. I promise you when volatility shrinks, if it goes back down to 2, look at this again and you're probably like at 25 or 20. That's why volatility is so valuable for us as traders. But anyways, for our trade for tomorrow in QQQ, this is it. If everything stays the same, we're going to go roughly $35 up and down, create a $2 wide iron condor. As long as we're collecting at least 66 cents or more, this is our trade in QQQ for tomorrow. Hello everybody, just a quick break in action here to make you all aware of the courses I have available on Udemy, which are these 5, but more importantly to let you know that these 3 right here are a 3-part series. So if you're anywhere in the mix here, now you know that Understand Options Completely is part 1, Basic Option Strategies is part 2, and Make and Manage is part 3. So you can start or continue at any level you like. The bottom 2 here can be taken at any time. They are just independent courses. If they interest you, please go ahead and take them. So you've got some knowledge now, and we know knowledge is power. But really, knowledge is only power if you use it. Otherwise, it's useless. So how do you take all this option trading knowledge and turn it into actual income? And the only way to do that is by actually trading options. As someone that's gone through the process, I know that making real trades is scary for many reasons, not the least of which is, where do I even start? I mean, there's so many roadblocks to making trades. What stock should I trade? What direction should I choose? Which options am I buying or selling? The list seems endless, which is exactly why I created my option income alert system. So don't you think you'd be a little bit more comfortable and confident if I was right there by your side making trades with you? Where now I will be there with my real-time alerts. You'll trade side by side with me in real time as I tell you what trade to make, why we're making the trade, and more importantly, how to make the trade correctly. But making the trade is only half the battle. When to close the trade is just as important, so you'll get those closing alerts as well. Listen, you've got the knowledge now, so let's put it to use. So how do we turn your knowledge into actual income with as little risk as possible? Well, the way we do that is by offering up the option alert for only $1 for the first month. Now, the option alert itself is going to send out 2 to 3 trades in real time as I make them via text or email directly to you. And as I close these trades, you'll also get those closing alerts in real time as well. Now, if you want an even better opportunity, the Option Pro, which is the exact same alert service as the Option Income, offers up all the content I've ever made, courses, webinars, etc. Over $2,000 worth of options courses for only $19 for the first month. So the way we're going to sign up for either of these is by going to sharpertrades.com, clicking on the products section. Both of these alerts will show up. Depending on which one you prefer, you'll type in these coupon codes and you'll either get the option alert for $1 for the first month or the Option Pro for only $19 for the first month. Look forward to seeing you all over there soon. Take care.